All right. Thanks everyone for joining us today for this Postaga demo office hours here. Today I got one suggestion for what we're going to use for our example for running outreach campaigns today. And that example is titancasket.com. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to run some outreach campaigns if I were uh, working for Titan. And so as you can see from the website, this company provides caskets, and they have some content on the website, obviously e-commerce, ability to shop and buy caskets. Um, let's see, is there a blog? There is a blog, and so we might want to be doing some link building to promote these articles. We might also want to do some outreach to get other blogs to possibly review the product. If that's an option, but I'll kind of show you the different things that we can do with Postaga with this website in mind. So first things first. So in Postaga, we have a bunch of different campaign types that we can run. We have different options to choose from. So for example, I've got campaigns designed to promote blog posts, and these are very link building oriented campaign types. So the mention campaign, for example, finds all of the outbound links from your blog post to other blogs to reach out to them to say, hey, I really liked your article and I linked to you in mine. It would be great if you could reciprocate and link to me. Resource page outreach finds other websites that link to resources on your topic, and you can pitch them to say, hey, I see that you link to a lot of great resources on X topic. Here is an article that I think would be a good fit for you. Link roundups are very industry dependent, but basically reaching out to people with newsletters or weekly blog articles that list different articles in the space. So like, for example, a roundup could be like, here are like an article you might see like Search Engine Journal every week has, and every day, here are articles about search marketing from around the internet and getting featured in those. Guest post outreach finds other blogs and pitches them to have you write guest posts for them. This is probably the most popular type of outreach, along with Skyscraper for link building professionals, because guest post outreach has a high success rate. And then Skyscraper is where you find the top ranking articles on a given topic. Some of these are your competitors. We find their backlink profiles and then pitch those websites to say, hey, I saw that you're linking to this other article on this topic, but our article is so much better. You should link to us instead. Aside from that, we have campaigns designed to promote your business itself. The tools campaign and versus campaign are meant for like reaching out to blogs that have articles like, here are the top tools in this space, or like the top CRMs or the top chat tools or whatever, versus comparing your company's products to others. Like you've seen those articles like HubSpot versus MailChimp, et cetera, et cetera. And then reviews, we can find where blogs are reviewing products in your space to reach out to those bloggers to get them to review and write up your article about your product. Sales leads, finding different potential customers. If we're looking for customers for caskets, this looks like a direct to customer business. Not sure if you're wholesaling for funeral homes, but this campaign type is particularly good for B2B. Podcast, this is like my secret weapon campaign because for one, you get access to a new audience by you being a guest on someone else's podcast. And the second thing is every time you're a guest on someone else's podcast, they link to you in the show notes so that you get a backlink there. And if the article is syndicated, if a podcast is syndicated on other platforms, then you have a backlink from there as well. And then we also have custom campaigns where you can upload your own lists and things like that. But for now, let's see what kind of campaigns we could run for Titan caskets. And so let's see, I got an article here. How do I pay for a military funeral? All right. So for this one, I might want to do um, maybe a resources campaign. So I want to promote this blog article and I want to find other relevant resources on funeral planning for veterans, let's say. And so I put in the article. Postaga then pulls information from the article itself. And so we have potential keywords and ideas. And I'm going to make this my target keyword. And so I can search for veteran funeral planning. And because I want to find resource pages that encompass this topic, of which how do I pay for a military funeral is part of. And so I've got articles like these. I can also, with Postaga, find the domain ratings for these articles to see, all right, well, what are the like the higher domain rating, the better the quality the site. And so if I want, I could exclude sites that are below a certain domain rating threshold and reach out to only them. I could also exclude certain sites if I want to see, like, all right, well, I'm not going to reach out to a .gov site or a military site or a .va website because they might not link to me. But we have different options here for that. And so, like, let's say, all right, I want to reach out to other bloggers. Let's reach out to only reach out to, let's say, .com, .org, and .net. We all only want to reach out to the highest ranking websites. And so, great, I got an article here about planning for a veteran's funeral, death benefits, resources, a funeral homes resource page. And so if you want, you can look through each of these. Like you can look through these results and see, okay, this looks like this article though, like this looks like it's only linking to their own resources, which obviously wouldn't be a good fit because they're not going to link to your content. But I'm going to show you one way that Postaga helps you avoid reaching out to them. And so I'm going to just click a bunch of these. I can go through them manually if I want, but for the sake of expediency, I'm just going to click these and analyze these links. And what's going to happen now is Postaga is going to analyze each of these domains to try and find the right target contact at each one of these websites. And if you've done any like link prospecting yourself, you probably know how it can be a bit time consuming to find the right person. But Postaga will automatically, thanks to our LinkedIn integration and our analysis, try and find the best fit contact for these. And so it's going to do this automatically. And this way, I don't have to spend time myself trying to manually find the right target contact for each of these. And so, great. Let's say who I want to reach out to at this company, and so on. And like if I want to do some manual research as well, like this one didn't have a contact. And so if I click on this about page, it's going to take me to their about page, which for the most part should lead me to a page that hopefully has the name of a person at the company. But this is a foundation's website. But who's the director of this? Nope. That's for funeral directors. But I'm trying things out. All right. So if I don't find a specific person, Postaga will then try and automatically find the best fit person. So next I click get contact. And now what Postaga is going to do is find email addresses and verify those email addresses for these people. And so great. So it's telling me it's found this and it's verified. We also have 2 other email addresses for this company, but this one looks like the best one to me. And it's verifying. Awesome. And from that funeral director's website, as you saw, like Postaga didn't have a specific contact, but thankfully, in our search, we found one. And so it's going to go through this now for all of these domains. But if I want to skip ahead, I can now choose an email sequence. And so I've got a resources campaign sequence here, which has two emails. The first email goes to everyone. The second email will go to everyone who did not reply to the first email. So I don't need to manually send follow-up emails. And if I see like I've got merge fields related to my content, their article, and my pitch for why they should link to our article. So if I scroll down here, I'm reaching, like it says, hey, I like your article about veteran funeral planning, and I want to see if you would be interested in linking to my article. And then I can add a blurb about my article. But I've got this red merge field here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my article by clicking this section on the side, add in a pitch for my article. Whatever it is that you want to have in your pitch for your content. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. So I had mentioned earlier that like there are some websites where they don't link to other people's articles, right? Well, Postago lets you know this URL does not link to external sources. So if they're only linking to their content, then chances are they wouldn't be interested in linking to yours. So I can click this X button here and remove them from the results. And then now I basically have a personalized email for all of these websites. And if I want to further personalize, I can click on the article itself, the email itself, and personalize it further. And now I've personalized that email more for this one specific contact. And then I can schedule the email to go out whenever I want. And it'll then automatically send the sequence of emails and if there is a reply, the reply will go to whatever email address you designate the reply will go to, as well as show up in Postaga's CRM, so that if you want, you can track all of your replies. You can reply to them directly from Postaga, as well as track like here are our wins and so on from our outreach campaigns. Aside from that, I'm curious to try this out, and I love doing like these live demos because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the results are going to be. So let's say I'm trying to promote Titan Casket to bloggers in the funeral space. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to try and get websites to, like, this is going to be a digital PR focused campaign to find bloggers who review caskets. I don't know. I'm going to see what we're going to find. All right, what's a competitor of Titan Caskets so that we can see if any of their products have been reviewed? Gosh. Okay, overnightcaskets.com. So I'm searching for basically blogs that have reviewed these products from these companies, and so I'm not sure what I'm going to find. Let's see what this article is. Okay, and so all right, so this article, they have reviewed this casket, and so you might want to reach out to a blogger like this and say, hey, I saw that you did this review, this great review of overnight caskets. Um, we'd be happy if you would be, if since your audience is interested in this, if you would review our product as well. You might need to like send a free sample that they could test out. It's some, it's harder when it's a physical product, in particular when it's a something that's as large as a casket. But we're doing this, so let's see what we're gonna get. I'm gonna click Analyze Links, and then like before, Postaga is going to try and find a person at this company. Let's see if we can find someone. About coming soon. Let's see if this person ends up being. Nope, I don't think that's the right person, but let's see if we can find anyone anyway. And now Postaga is going to try and find an email address, and nothing. Dang. All right, so maybe this one wouldn't be a great campaign. So let's try something else since we're trying out a few different campaigns. Let's do podcast. And so in particular, one thing that I like to think about with doing podcast outreach, so reaching out to podcasts to be a guest, is, and I've done a lot of podcasts. I've been on a few dozen podcasts in the past year. I love doing it because the win rate for these is very good, and you get to connect with people in your target audience who don't already know about you. But you don't necessarily want to reach out to podcasts that are in your exact space. You really want to reach out to podcasts that are serving your customers. And so you may not, like for Titan Caskets, we may not want to reach out specifically to like funeral directors, since if we're direct to consumer or funeral related podcasts, we might want to reach out to podcasts that are maybe more personal finance oriented or savings oriented, since it seems like, just after like a quick look, it seems like the value prop for Titan is that you can buy your own casket and not have to go through a funeral home, which may gouge you on price, but also allow you to customize. So for podcast topic, let's say if I could target personal finance podcasts. Let's just targeting that. And so we also may want to target, although this might be, reaching out to people who wouldn't necessarily be customers, but then again, everyone could be a customer since everyone dies eventually. Or I think so, at least. So I could reach out to personal finance podcasts. I could also reach out to podcasts in the space of like Amazon sellers or anything like that, since they mentioned they sell to Amazon. And so Postaga is going to give us suggestions of different podcasts we can reach out to. I'm not sure that Dave Ramsey, who is a well-known person in the personal finance space, is going to have us on as a guest, because these, in particular, the higher tier ones, like these ones, have their own booking agent people. But let's see what we're going to get in terms of results. And so I can click these, and Postaga lets us know how many episodes have been published, so we know that the podcast has been around for a while. But also, Postaga is only going to show you podcasts where they are active, meaning they have published episodes in the last month, I believe it is. So like this one last published an episode in May. It's the last 3 months, sorry. And so this one published an episode, last episode over 3 months ago. So we're going to consider that inactive. And we're only going to reach out to podcasts that are actively making new episodes. We do this because there is a graveyard. There is a graveyard of podcasts that have started and stopped, and so we only want to reach out to podcasts that are current. And so now we see kind of same process, Postaga analyzing these websites and trying to find the right target contacts. So let's click Get Contacts. And here we go. Now people to pitch. We've got a podcast email template. And we can customize this email for our needs. And so we've got these podcast topics and guest pitch, which I can customize down here. I'm the director of Titan Caskets. We sell caskets direct to consumers. And, basically you want to pitch, not really want to pitch what a good topic would be for the episode, as well as why you would be the right person. So topics, how to save money when buying caskets, when funeral planning. People. Great, I've got a pitch, and now Postaga will automatically add that pitch into all of these emails, and I can schedule that and send that out. And just like that, now I've personalized these podcast pitches for all of these people. And so, yeah, we see how that works. And so, yeah, kind of just like that, we've built a few different campaigns now. And hopefully that gives you some ideas of outreach campaigns you can run with Postaga. Like I'd mentioned before, there are a few campaigns that I would probably try and do for Titan. I would do some things like resource campaigns. I might also do like a multi-scraper campaign, a skyscraper campaign. If you have tools like Ahrefs or Ubersuggest or SEMrush at your disposal to find basically where some like competitors that are ranking for these article terms, so you can reach out to those websites that are linking to them and ask them to link to your article. But there are a bunch of things, a bunch of different campaign types that I would run probably. And so, yeah, these are just a quick sample of that. And this is kind of how the Postaga workflow works. I don't have any other questions from the audience for now. So this has been otherwise a demo of Postaga using this great suggestion, Titan Caskets, as an example. If you have any other questions at all, please feel free to reach out, support@postaga.com, or hit us up on our live chat. Happy to help. All right. Thanks, everyone, and have a great day.